Hi all, welcome to the channel. So in today's video, it's actually a long break. I'm really sorry for that. I couldn't make videos in between, so I was busy with other stuff. And yes, I'm back with another new fresh topic, which is time management. How you can manage your time in your trading, and within the very less time, how you can score very good mark. So the point is, you have to work hard. That's the number one and the most important thing. You have to work hard and you have to utilize your every single minute for the preparation. It's the only way you can actually clear the exam. See, I have seen a lot of people who are from non-IT, who are from zero Java knowledge, you can say zero DBMS, zero IT knowledge. Still they have cleared the first attempt. Also they scored 70 plus, you can say 74 75 marks in their first attempt. And I was, completely into IT background, my BSc, my MSc. Still, I didn't clear my first attempt. And the things that I observed from those guys, what are their pattern, these all things, and what else I changed in my routine that I can clear my second attempt with full marks. These all things discussed in this video. And welcome. So the first thing I wanted to discuss about my details before the first attempt. I was not into studying. I was not even coding a single hour in a day because the class timing, I'll tell you. Usually I'll wake up around, you can say 7:45 or 8 o'clock on the initial days. It's a normal timing. I'm not a morning person, you can say. I'll wake up at that time, and obviously we have to have breakfast, and the timing for breakfast is kind of 7:30 to, you can say, 9 o'clock, and the 8:30 to 9 o'clock is the timing the most rush will be there. Every food court there will be lot of people will be in the queue, so you have to manage your time. Some days it will be not possible. I couldn't study a single thing in the morning, so I will be like getting up, taking my bag, laptop, everything, heading towards the food court, having my breakfast and getting in the class. The class timing is actually 9 o'clock, 9:15 to 5:30. On the in between, there will be one morning interval. It is around 20 to 30 minutes. It depends on the educator. And lunch break will be, you can say, 1.5 hours. There will be lunch break. Half an hour, or you can say within 45 minutes, we can have lunch from planning according which food court is less crowded and that note. And on 45 minutes we can have lunch. The other 45 minutes I'll spend, chit-chatting with my friends and everything. Then that's okay. And it's okay to be with your friends and, spending the lunchtime together. And again, you will get an evening break of, evening interval of 20 to 30 minutes. Then the class will mostly end on 5:30 to 5:45 p.m. After the 5:30 or 5:45 p.m., initially I was like, I will, head towards my ECC and I will rest there, and 5:45 to 6 o'clock I will say, or you can say 6:15, I'll reach on my ECC. By ECC on 6:10, or you can say 6:15, and by reaching on the ECC I was very tired because of all the classes and stuff, and it is obvious we'll be tired. Like 9:15 to 5:30 we are learning a lot of concepts in a single day, right? We are coding, we are learning, a lot of things will happen in the class, and it is important to give rest to the brain, right? And from 5:30, you can say from 6:15 to, you can say, the food courts will open mostly on 7 o'clock, but you can say they'll set up the UPI, the QR code, the setup and all the machines, and mostly they'll begin on 7:15, or you can say 7:20. So let's assume up to 7:30 we'll go to the food court. So from 6:15 to 7:30 I'll simply checking the mobile, watching reels and any funny videos, etc., like that. And that was my routine. And 7:30 I'll head to the food court, and 7:30 to, you can say, 8:30, or some days 8:45 we'll sit and we'll have our food. 45 or maybe up to 9 o'clock, you can say. Some days it will be 8:30, so we'll head back to our ECC again. Then we will change, or you can say bath and any other stuff like that, and up to 9 o'clock we'll be completed everything. And from 9 o'clock to mostly 10 o'clock we'll again scroll the phone, the entertainment that is left before the dinner, we will again take back it, and then we will be completely into our phones, and 10 o'clock we'll sleep. And again the day starts 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So in meantime I didn't even study a single thing for, you can say, around 1 or 2 weeks. the thing is that I know some of the concepts of Java, so I thought it is not that much of necessary to start preparation from that. And I was completely wrong on that day. And then I later after starting the oops, I was like, oh shit, I have to study this thing. Then I changed my routine to studying for maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. Probably 2 to 3 hours a day, I'll start my preparation on that journey. But I didn't, clear Java. And the thing is that after Java exam, the next day onwards, the DBMS class will start. And after writing the Java exam, most people, I mean, when the people are gathered and they'll talk about the test cases, how many test cases you pass, how many fail. I can say I didn't clear the DSA completely. I didn't clear the whole test case of oops. I only cleared PF like that, and we can assume that we will pass or fail. So we'll know. I mean, after clearing the exam, after clearing the hands-on exam, in morning we'll have hands-on, and in the afternoon we'll have objective. In the morning itself, we'll know the status of our exam. It's not. I mean, it's not. The result will not publish, but still we know how we did. After the desperation and all the thing, I decided no, I have to change my life. Then start the actual preparation. One thing I want to share is that I was not a gym person, but now I am. I was completely onto studying, clearing the exam. My only motive was not about fitness or nothing, and that was the biggest mistake that I did. We have to actually equally concentrate on both our studies and the fitness, the physical health also. After 5:30 the class will end, right? So after the class end, what I did was I'll sit in the class itself. Then I will study from the class. When up to 9:30. So you can say 5:30 to 9:30. 4 hours I was studying from the class on the same day. To Friday we'll have 5 days, right? 5 days class, and for 5 days, maybe 3 days I can stay up to 9:30 hungry, and only after 9:30 I'll go for the dinner in any of the near food courts. Even though some of the food item will be they'll cross in the board because it's already finished because of all the people, and you will get any simple meal, something like that. And I was okay with that because my only motive was to study. Even though I was failed miserably in my first attempt, so inside me I was like, I have to score this much of. Even though I didn't expect me to score full marks, but somewhat I was like, I just wanted to pass the test cases. I just want to clear the exam, and if this much of hard work is somebody is doing, definitely he or she will get full mark. That I'm pretty sure with my case. And so after having my dinner, I'll head to my ECC. I will not do anything because all the studies will stop from there. And in some cases, if there is any pending code, anything, I will study for 1 hour after going into my ECC also. So you can say on that note, maybe 9:30 to you can say 10:45, or you can say 10:30, I will be out from the campus, having dinner, going to ECC, and again studying from the room itself. So it's 10:30 to 11:30. Up to 11:30, I will study. So same day, I completed my 5 hours of self-study after the class. That's actually a very achievable thing. But the problem is that you are sacrificing your physical health here. You are sacrificing you can say the timing, the food timing, everything, the health. Now I'm actually hitting gym and into the diet and the weight loss journey. Now I can imagine that how unhealthy I was at that time. But I was sacrificing everything for the exam and the preparation, and the after effects is like I gained a lot of weight. Now I am in the journey to losing that weight. For temporary case, for just passing the exam and everything, this will help you. But in the long run, it will not help you because you will feel a lot of frustration. After 11:30, you can say 12 o'clock, I will mostly sleep. 12, and my roommate was very sweet. So I'm really grateful for her because she allowed me to put on the light, switch on the light whenever I want. She's like, okay, you can study, you can do the things. I was lucky that I got a roommate like her. And so if you got a roommate who also wants to study with you, study each other, combine study and everything, that's the best way. In the morning time, what I did was I didn't woke up early because of all the late night studies and all. I was so tired. Then I will I woke up around, I can say 8 o'clock or 8:50. Then I will suddenly I'll do my bath and all the stuff, then head towards the food court and have my breakfast, then again come back to the class. So in the class, what I did was I was carefully listening to the class, and in the meantime, you can say on the interval time, if you got 20 minutes, 10 minutes I can stretch and go outside of the class. Balance 10 minutes I started to taking notes, and you can say preparing my notes for the things. So I did that thing, and plus I also revised all the things in the legs, whatever the educator taught for the first session, you can say the first morning sessions, first half. I will revise all the things in the interval itself, and the lunch break happens. What I did was I completely isolated myself with all the people, and I was going for lunch alone. I did something like that, to test myself. How much time will I get if I do something like that? Then surprisingly, I can finish my lunch on, you can say, 15 to 20 minutes. Then I head back to my class again. Then I can study from my class for 1 hour. So you can count that in a day. In the maximum, we can study 6 hours. On the minimum, we can actually study 4 to 5 hours. Will I recommend this thing to you? Absolutely not. This is a temporary solution to pass the exams. And this timetable you can follow only if your exam is about to happen in 1 or 2 weeks. This will work. Studying 4 to 5 hours a day, you are actually, covering a lot of concepts, lot of things you are covering, and it is possible to score very good marks. At least you will pass. I will say, if you have zero knowledge also, you will definitely gonna pass, because you're spending a lot of time into coding and understanding the concept, clearing doubts with others. And the one more thing is about time management is that if you don't know a concept, immediately ask. I'm not gonna say that you have to ask every single silly doubts to it. Just spend yourself 10 to 15 minutes, figure out the things, or you can say maximum 30 minutes. After that, do not wait for you to actually figure out the thing within 1 or 2 or 3 hours. Within 30 minutes, if you don't get, you can't figure out the answer by yourself, ask your friends. Those who know Java, or you can say DBMS very well. So those people who are actually well versed with that tech, either it's Java, DBMS, or you can stream, whatever. I only asked out to those people, and I'm really grateful that my old friends, explain really good, and they know the content. In this session, I am actually focusing to create a timetable, which I included the physical workout and all the stuff, because now only I learned the importance of being fit and healthy. Because being unhealthy and studying the training for hours and hours, definitely you will score great marks, but it is not for a long run. That I have actually experienced by myself. So I will not recommend the thing for 0.1% also. I will not recommend the things that I have followed, but still I wanted to share it with an honest note that this is the thing that I have followed. Then only I scored full marks. It's like health is wealth, right? If your health is gone, then nothing will be in your hand. So you have to actually focus on your physical strength. The first timetable I'm going to explain is about to those people who wants to actually go to the recreation center and do all the stuff. 5:30 the class will over. From 5:30 to, you can say, 7 o'clock, you can be in the recreation center. Anyway, it will close on 7 o'clock. And 7 o'clock to, you can say, 8 o'clock, you can say maximum 8:30, you can have your dinner and bath from any of the food courts. It's your wish to go with the cycle and take a bath, then again come back to the any of the food court which is less crowded, and having the dinner, and again go to ECC. And from 8:30 to 12:30, the 4 hours you have to actually study. That's mandatory. Otherwise, it is, and you can say up to 11:30 also you have to actually study. So 3 hours to 4 hours. It depends on your exam date also. When your exam is gonna happen. The thing is that you have to actually prepare according to your level plus the time, I can say the deadline of the exam. When is the exam? How many days is left for the exam? But the one more thing is that you can completely personalize this timetable according to your needs and all the things. This is actually a simple, you can say a layout. This way you can actually plan the things. And 8:30 to 12:30, 4 hours you have to study, and then you can sleep. And obviously if you sleep at 12:30 or you can say 1 o'clock, I think a lot of people will be kind of night owl persons will be there. Or you can say 1 o'clock you'll sleep, and I can't expect you to wake up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. I will not say anything, but be ready for the class. And you can say on that meantime, which means on the interval, or maybe you can say the tea break, the evening tea break and the lunch break combined, you have to study for 1 hour. It will be 5 hours. So your 5-hour target is completed. It is recommended to study for actually 5 hours to score very good marks and clear all the things in the first attempt, like 80 above, 90 above. Like, and the second thing I am actually sharing is that those people who don't want to work out, or you can say go to the recreation center and completely study, so I will share this thing to you. 5:30 the class will be over. You can actually stay in your class, or you can say go to ECC and study from 5:30 to 8:30. That will be the time, and I will prefer you to stay in the class only, because the LAN connection will be there. For DBMS preparation, you need the LAN connection, because the platform where the codes is we have to execute the codes, it will need internet. So I will suggest you to stay in the class only. 5:30, you can say 8:30, you have to stay in the class. And I will not say you must stay in the class, but you can actually stay in the class and study for 3 hours. You can head towards your ECC, have your dinner, everything up to, from 8:30 to up to 10 o'clock. Then again, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, you have to study. So on those people who actually, sleep at 11 o'clock, you can say 11:15, I expect you to wake up at 7 o'clock, or you can say 6:45 a.m. and do any light exercise for, you can say, 30 minutes. Then you can actually go for your breakfast and all the stuff, bath and every stuff. But if you are not hitting gym, and if you really want to study from the class, this is the best thing that you can do. At least a simple walk of, you can say, half kilometer, you can say 1 kilometer around the campus, that is also neat. So I suggest you to do the simple stretching, or you can say any home workout. You can search on the YouTube, and you can say any simple stretching, yoga, anything will work for 30 minutes. So this is completely, you can say, personalized, and this is just a simple layout. And so far we only discussed about the weekdays, like the Monday to Friday session. What about Saturdays and Sundays? Do I need to study it? Obviously you have to. If your exam is about to have in 1 week, or you can say 2 weeks, you have to utilize that 2 Saturdays, you can say 2 Sundays for sure. That's mandatory. So my routine was actually in Saturdays and Sundays also, I woke up early, like on the class timing itself. Then I'll have my breakfast, I'll get ready, I'll took my laptop, and then I'll go to the library. So on Sundays, on weekends also, the library, the classrooms, everything will be open. Why these guys open these things? And they can also take some leave and go. Why these securities are still in there with shift duties? Because the guys, you can say, the people there also know that we have to work actually weekends also. And some people will say, oh, this is a work-life balance. See, this is not work. This is actually your training. You have to actually understand this concept, understand the skill. Some people will understand it quickly, some people will need time. That's why they are actually opening the institutes, the classrooms, the library for up to for the weekends. So you have to actually use it. I used it wisely. That for Saturday and Sunday there will be no class, and we can get that much of time. You can say roughly, if you study really hard, you can be motivated, you can grab around 10 hours. 10 hours for Saturday, 10 hours for Sunday. I know that it's a bit hectic. You will be not having any fun. Again, after from Monday to Friday, you have to sit 4-hour post class, or you can say that kind of stuff. I know that this is kind of hectic, but when you try it, you'll get used to it, and you'll be like, when you score good marks, it will be your motivation for that. I don't know in which mind you are going to take this thing, but my routine was actually, I'll share you. I'll head towards library on, you can say, 8:30 to 9 o'clock. From 9 to, I'll say 1 o'clock, I'll be in the library. 9 to 10, 11, 12, 1. 4 hours I spend there. And 1 to 2, that was my lunch time. I'll have my lunch alone at that time. And from 2:30 to 7 o'clock, I'll sit in the library. On 7 o'clock, library will be closed. You can't sit there. So it's like 2:30 to 3, 4, 5, 6. Again 4 hours, 8.5 hours will be there. And again, if you want to study, then you can study from the ECC, or you can say classes also. Classes will be open up to 10 o'clock. So you can actually go to any class. And the library will be on GC2 building, and on the ground floor, the first floor and the second floor, there will be a lot of classes. You can sit in any class using the LAN connection and study from there. And the one more thing is that it's actually odd and weird to sit alone in a class. That's actually true. I have experienced this. But it is actually very safe also. Even if you're a girl, if you're sitting alone in a classroom, nobody will harm you. Nothing will gonna happen. You are very, very, very safe in the campus. I promise. Actually, this thing I'm sharing up to generic because generic was kind of tough and I couldn't score it. For stream, I was kind of liberal. I was sitting with one of my friends. I was studying and combined study. Everything happened for me in stream. But these whole things, I'm saying about the generic type. And one more thing I wanted to say is that for generic, and if anybody is not following you, and if somebody is saying, you are mad to sit to the library, if you are not cleared in your concept, until you are not cleared, until you are not scoring good, don't listen to these guys. If you work really hard, if you score really good marks, the same people will gonna say that you cleared this thing. That has actually happened to me actually. I was not cleared the things, and when I cleared the things, one guy, he actually said that, he actually asked to me, I'm really sorry to say this multiple times, but still I wanted to mention this thing to you. See, if you're watching this video still in your generic training, you can say in your you are about to join and your training is now ongoing, whatever your phase is now, I'm just mentioning you just to open your minds. This guy, he cleared Java in the first attempt, he failed DBMS in the second attempt, and I was actually failed Java in first attempt and I cleared DBMS in my first attempt, and again the second attempt for both of us. For him, for that guy it was DBMS, and for me it was Java. And after completing the Java, one day while we are having dinner, he was actually sitting next table to me, and he asked, how many tests did you clear? I said complete. I mean complete, full. I was like, yeah, because I think he knows about my score on the previous time. It was actually, miserable score, 43. I mean, comparing to 43 to 81, that's a drastic change, right? So that's why I keep saying the thing. It's actually 150% growth. Yeah, and he's like, oh my God, Celia, hard work pays off. This is me, he literally said this thing. I've been seeing you all the time, in the library, the class, in the lunchtime also you are studying. And I was like, thank you so much. I just simply said thank you so much and I smiled. But inside me, I was like, I worked really hard, bro. I worked really hard, I worked really hard for making this happen. That's the level of, dedication you needed to prepare for the exam. Everybody can easily score good marks and actually you can place in the Infosys. So the people who actually failed Infosys, I will say, it's only because of their laziness, I will say, and maybe the correct guidance and in which level of hard work they needed. So I'm here telling the honest thing. You have to work really hard. I worked really hard, and that's why I'm here sitting and can guide you guys also. So do really work hard, and I wish you all the best. And I really wanted to know your opinion about this video. Is it beneficial or not, or if it's unnecessary, or you can say, is this possible to follow this thing? But the one thing I wanted to share is that time is everything. That matters. If you clear every exam, just imagine if you clear every exam, cleared generic, cleared stream, then also you will get some time to stay in your camp. Thing is that utilize your time, all the entertainment, all the leisure, it will happen again. I mean, it can be also later, but at this point, focus on your preparation, study really hard. Definitely everybody will, crack this thing. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, then please hit the like button, share this video to your friends and subscribe to the channel. Bye.